Welcome back to Boosh TV, guys. I'm sorry this video took so long to put out, but if you guys didn't know, the USL League One season is about to start. So with my team Tormenta, I've just been focusing on that for the past week because, it's the first game of the season. So it took me some time to get this video out. But nevertheless, it's finally time to tell you guys what happened when I started international school. And I hope you guys enjoy part 2 of the story. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright guys, so I finally get to start international school. Now that I can get out of the house and stop being stuck in my room and playing PlayStation, it's finally time to do what I've been waiting to do so long and really just start making friends and getting used to living in Hanover. Instead of just being alone, I'd rather be around people that I could easily communicate with because I didn't really know German too well yet. So that's really why I decided to start going to international school. Now the international school that I started going to was called International Schule Hannover Region, and Schule means school in German, if you didn't know. And this school, it was a great school. I met a lot of great people there. I learned a lot as well. It was quite a tough school compared to the American curriculum, which is just how it is, honestly, probably in most of Europe. That's just really how it is. And here was really where I started making new friends, getting to know people, enjoying my time in Hanover. And this is, I typically always enjoy school, but I really enjoyed going to this school because it really just let me, I don't know, just I guess be myself and open up more. So I get to this school and I didn't really know how I was going to juggle going to school and training. Before, when I was in the academy, I pretty much did school only online. I did school online and then went to training, so I could really just pick and choose when I wanted to do my work, compared to now where I have to go to school from, let's say, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then I have training at 5:30. And it was tough, man. It was extremely tough. I was just always tired. It took a lot out of me to do school for about 7 hours and then take the train and walk and get all the way to training. It just really took a toll on me, and I really was struggling at the beginning to cope with it. And I even had to talk to my coach because he was trying to help me out and help me figure out how I can, keep my energy up while going to school and going to training at the same time. Now, as far as the school goes, when I would go to school, I pretty much, I wouldn't say I was popular or anything or famous or anything like that. I was just known to be the kid, plays for Hannover 96, and that's really what just, people knew me by until, they got to know me and know my name, and that I wasn't just, like, my only thing I could do was play soccer. I could also, succeed in academics, and that was really how in school went. I made a lot of friends. I got to hang out with them, eat lunch with them, get to know new people, and then as time went on, I made some pretty good friends out there, and they were all really welcoming for me personally. So sometimes we'd go to somebody's house to play FIFA, or go eat somewhere, or go hang out, whatever the case may be. It was just fun to finally get to, have friends in Hanover that I could really just click with off the field. So yeah. And then about, I would say maybe like a month into my schooling, I got really anxious and was kind of, I would say, fed up of not playing games, because at this point I've been watching my team play weekend after weekend after weekend, and it just kept frustrating me because I was training so well and I wasn't able to play, and just felt like I couldn't do anything about it, which I couldn't. But at the same time, I just wanted to play. I didn't care where I was playing. I just wanted to play soccer. And then about a week or 2 weeks after my frustration started to kick in, my friends at the school were telling me that, oh, there's this big tournament throughout the region, or maybe throughout Germany, where all the international schools come together and it's a soccer tournament. And it's just one weekend. You just go, you play the games, you come back. Simple, nothing too crazy. And in my mind, I'm like, oh shoot, I can actually play, because there's no like FIFA regulations. The only regulation was I had to attend the school. I can actually play, finally playing games, and this is really just, I guess, felt to me like it was kind of what I needed to do. Like, it just happened all perfectly where I'd go to the school, I would learn, and then they would have a tournament coming up within 4 weeks of me going there. And I just felt like, okay, this is my time to finally, get all this anxiety out of me, play some football, finally get this out of me, and then go back to training normally and just getting ready for when I turn 18 to finally be able to play. But I figured it might not be that easy to convince, my parents or my coach to let me attend this tournament. And for those of you guys who don't know, when I was going to school in America, in high school in 9th grade at Olympia High School in Orlando, Florida, I also wanted to play high school soccer there just because I wanted to experience it. So I never got to experience it, and my dad definitely didn't want me to because he knew I'd get injured. So I never really got that feeling to play for your school and put on for your school and be that guy to win your school a trophy or anything like that. And I just felt like now is my time to finally be able to do that. So I talked to my coach, and obviously he had a thought about it. He talked to the assistant coach, the sporting director, and they finally came to the conclusion to let me attend this tournament. They figured, it wouldn't hurt him. He's not playing anyways. He's not going to be doing anything on the weekends because he can't play. So it's better for him to at least go play, enjoy his time, go off with his friends from school, and just play football, really. And it just so happened that pretty much everybody that I was close with in the school, like all the guys I was close with in the school, and I think even some of the girls, they all happened to play on the soccer team. I had no idea when I first met them, but they all did. So it was pretty dope to do that. So I talked to my parents, and they allowed it. My coach was willing to sign off on it. Then they would all go for it if he felt it was okay for me to do it. And I was ecstatic. I was so hyped. Like, I was hyped to go to this tournament. I didn't even know what to expect because I had never done anything like this with the school. And the first time I'm doing it with the school, it happens to be in Germany, which was just even a bigger deal. So I was really just excited to do it. So we go to Munich. The tournament's in Munich. I forgot how I even got there. Maybe it was a bus. I'm gonna assume it was a bus. But we go to Munich, and it was a blast. I had a blast at this tournament. So the first game comes, and I was kind of nervous actually. I was like, yo, because all these schools are watching our team play, all these kids from the school watching the team play, girls watching the team play and whatnot, and I was kind of nervous. I was like, yo, I bet everybody's expecting me to do something crazy because I play for Hannover, but I was just a player, really. So I played. I played really well. I played great. It was a great experience. First games were awesome. We won every single game. And then towards I think it was the semi-final, I'm playing in the game. I score a penalty. I'm getting assists here and there in the same game. And then I go to dribble one of these players, and he fouls me. When he fouls me, I land on my shoulder. And as I land on my shoulder, I heard a crack, but I'd never injured my shoulder before, so I just assumed maybe it was just, when you crack your shoulder, you crack your neck, it just cracks. But I was in excruciating pain, like it hurt a lot. So once our team was up, like maybe 3-0 or 4-0, I was like, okay, I'm gonna step off the field, go to the infirmary, go to the nursery, the doctor, whatever they call it over there, and I'm gonna get it checked out because it hurts a lot. Like I could barely even lift it up. I was always like slouched. It was limp. I couldn't even go like this. And there was this kind of like a bump. There was a bump here, but I wasn't really sure if it was just swollen or whatever the case may be. So they just give me ice and tell me, all right, you'll be fine. Just ice it, take some ibuprofen, and you'll be good. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go back to my team. We win the game. I don't step on the field again because there's no point. We already win. So I don't step on the field again, and I just know I'm in pain, but I don't think anything's wrong at the time. Okay, so now comes the final. Now, for those of you guys that, well, nobody knows, I would say, my school hadn't won this tournament for years. I don't know how many years, but it was an extremely long time. Like, this was a big deal for them because they hadn't won it in so long. And we're in the final now, so I guess this felt like their time to win it. And I was originally just going to sit out because I'm like, my shoulder kind of hurts, so let me just sit out. I was like, no, this is the final. I didn't play all these games and how my team get this far to just not play in the final. So I played in the final. I think I got an assist. We win the game, so my everybody's ecstatic. We finally win this tournament that they've been trying to win for so long. I don't remember who got MVP of the tournament. I can't remember if it was me or somebody else. I honestly don't know. All I know is we got a medal. Everybody got a medal. It went up in the trophy went into the school, like, I guess, not gym, but what would they call it, like the school office. And it was just extremely cool to win it. But at the same time, I knew that something was wrong with my shoulder. Like, I knew something was wrong. I was like, this hurts too much. So the next day, I wake up and I'm like, oh, this hurts a lot, and now I gotta tell my coach that something's wrong. And originally I wasn't gonna tell him, but in training it just showed I couldn't go into any challenges. I wasn't going shoulder to shoulder. It was showing, so I had to just tell him. And then I go to the doctor and finds out that I tore a ligament in my shoulder and that I would be out for the next 3 months. And man, was I was hurt. I was crushed, to be honest. I couldn't believe it. Out for 3 months with a shoulder injury. I mean, I already couldn't play, and now I can't even train, all because I wanted to play high school soccer with my friends. And it just showed the immaturity of me at the time, knowing that I needed to be, like, kind of cautious because of where I was at the moment. Like, I was a player for HANNOVER 96. I can't risk that playing with my school. But at the time, I guess my love for the game really just made me kind of naive and do something that, in hindsight, I shouldn't have done in the first place. Yeah, so I go home because now I'm injured. I can't play, I can't train, I can't really do anything. Winter is coming by, so now it's Christmas break and it's time for everybody to go home, rest up. And I was just kind of upset with myself. I really couldn't understand, like, how long I was really going to be out for, because injuries really never upset me per se. Like, the pain itself never upset me, but knowing how long I wouldn't be able to play football really hit me every single time I got injured. And this time it just hurt me even more because I turned 18 in January, so I was home during Christmas time in December, and I was just praying that I'd be back fit to play and fit to train by the time my birthday comes around. So I go home, I rest up, I train by myself, I do rehab, I get my shoulder back to full fitness. I come back to Germany right after New Year's. I come back to Germany. I'm training with the team. I get back to training pretty well. I'm doing all I can. I'm showing the coach that, you know, this shoulder is not bothering me. I mean, in some challenges I would get out of just because I was still kind of cautious, but at the same time, I still got into as many tackles as I felt comfortable with. And my 18th birthday comes around, and it's finally time to, like, announce to everybody back home that I signed for HANNOVER. It's finally time to put it on social media that I signed and let all my family know, you guys, I've signed for HANNOVER 96. I'm here. I'm 18. I'm officially ready to play. It's finally my time to, you know, do what I came here to do and showcase myself in front of German coaches and German competition. That's really it, and try to elevate myself in my career that hadn't really started yet, but at the same time, that's what I was here for. There was a tournament that we were in called the Conti Pokal, and I don't really know what took place, but we were in the final. So we were in the final, and I didn't really know if I was going to play because I just came off of my shoulder injury. I didn't know if I was going to get any minutes. I kind of knew I wasn't going to start because the team that was already starting, we were winning like every game that season. I believe we had like a streak of probably like 11 games just winning. So it was extremely hard to get into the lineup. But at the same time, I knew maybe I could get in. I'm finally 18. So about a week before this Conti Pokal final, my agent sends me an email saying, you have some sponsorship offers. And bro, for anybody who knows me, that's the biggest thing for me. Like that, bro, that's almost honestly probably made me happier than the contract itself. But so I was talking to him, and actually at the time I got this email, I was actually with my friend. We were out at this kind of like this party. I got an email mid-party saying that like all these offers coming in for me, and my agent was emailing my parents telling me the good news, but telling them the good news, and I was ecstatic. Like, oh man, I was the happiest person. I think as soon as I got that email, now we were at a German party. I don't even speak German, but I think when I got that email, I was so happy. I just went up to the first attractive girl I saw, and I was just talking to her because I was like, you know, I had the confidence at the time. I was like, yo, I'm about to be a sponsored player. talk to me. So that's really what happened at the time. And it was actually I don't know if I have any pictures of him or with him, but it was one of the players who were on trial. His name was Kuba. We were out. He spoke English, so we were chilling. So I decided to go with Adidas. I had the option to go with Nike or Puma, but the offers they were giving me were not nearly as good as Adidas. So I decided, you know what? Cool. I'm gonna sign with Adidas. I've been Nike my whole life pretty much. I said, no, I'm gonna sign with Adidas. I signed a 5-year deal with them, so it just expired last year. It was the highlight of my time there. I mean, it's up there. It's really up there. That was probably one of the best things I felt like personally was signing with Adidas. The final comes along and my team's winning, I think 2-0 or 2-1. One of the two comes along, we're winning the final, and the game's almost over. There's only like 10 minutes left, and I'm like, oh, I'm not coming in. There's all these fans there, like probably like 5,000 fans. I'm not gonna come in. Oh well, at least I was here to experience with my team. But then the coach, you know, calls me over and actually puts me in. Even if it's only for 10 minutes, I actually stepped on the pitch my first time in a German match. And it was literally the greatest feeling that I felt on a football pitch to that day. Like, I can't even describe it. It just felt like something that I've been working so hard for my whole life. To finally happen it really just felt amazing. And then to finally win a trophy, I don't know if it meant something or if it was just a friendly tournament, but to finally win something really just hit home. I was so happy. I took pictures with my team when we won it, pictures by myself. It was really just a great experience, and it just helped me, you know, get over the injury that I had, and to know that, like, you know, I'm still the same player regardless of if I made that mistake or not. It's now time to start the season when I'm finally able to play, or the second half of the season that I'm finally able to play in, because I'm 18 now. And I think I'm gonna cut it off there and leave that for part 3. And I think year 1 and year 2 should be separate series. So I think this is just gonna be year 1, because year 2 is also a very exciting year. Year 1's pretty exciting too. But year 2's exciting too. So I'll probably split them up. So this will be the end of part 2, and I'll start the final part of my year 1 with Hannover 96. In a few days, I'll show you guys that. Let you see what happened now that I'm finally able to play this season. Let you know how my team did, how I felt, how I did, etc. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content and got something out of it. It'll be greatly appreciated. And yeah, be easy.